Today, I'll be speaking on how to be the light you came to be. But before we start, I just wanted to start with a little joke that I heard. Albert Einstein said that the speed of light is faster than the speed of sound. He was the first person to find that out. And it turns out I think it's 1,000,000 times faster than the speed of sound or something crazy like that. But here's the thing. Some funny person, some anonymous person said after that, well, I can't remember the punchline because I'm really bad with jokes. And as long as I tell myself I'm really bad at jokes, I'm going to continue to be really bad with jokes. So I'm not really being the light right now, am I? Okay, let's see. What did they say? Oh, yes. If you see someone and you think they're bright, wait until they speak. So there we go. You got me there. As soon as I spoke and tried to tell a joke, you could see I was not that bright. However, this kind of light, how to be the light, the part I'm talking about today, has got nothing to do with smarts. It's got to do with heart. And so I don't have to remember this joke for me to be the light. I can be the light just as me, just as I am, because being the light is what I was born to be, and it's what you were born to be as well. You were born to be the light. When you were first little baby and you drew your first breath and your mom and your dad were looking down adoringly at you, you were the light. Yes, at that stage you weren't laughing or gurgling or any of the interesting thing that babies do. You were probably screaming your lungs out, and yet they were looking at you adoringly with so much love because you came in as pure love and pure light. And that is who we really are. So my talk today is about remembering who you really are. That's how to be the light. It's remembering who you really are. But I want you to have a visceral experience of this. I want you to really feel yourself being the light. So the kind of things that I feel are being the light is being joy, being this pure bliss, contentment. So for some, it's like a bubbling over joy. It's an enthusiasm. It's an excitement and energy for life. That's part of being the light. And for others, it's a very quiet, contented, blissful, peaceful state. So peace is the next thing that I would say is part of being the light. If I had to imagine someone who is just an absolute light in this world, I would see them as this ethereal, very calm, very gentle being who is beaming, radiating out love. So love is the next thing that I see as being the light. Being love. And here's where it gets a little bit harder, because being love is easy when it's a little baby there that you just love in your arms, because you can't help loving a baby or a little baby kitten or a little baby puppy. You just love them. You just adore them. But forgiveness is a part of being love that most people find hard to do. It's when somebody does something that you feel hurts you, harms you, or hurts someone you love or harms someone you love, when it angers you, when it frustrates you, when it irritates you, when it makes you mad inside or sad inside or desperately lonely. When that happens to you and forgiveness is required, being love can feel a little bit harder because we don't see the light in that person at that moment. We only see the dark act that has been committed or the thing that hasn't been committed. Maybe it's something they didn't do that is upsetting us or distressing us or making us angry or sad. That is where being the light really comes into play. This idea of forgiving someone who has hurt you or hurt someone that is really important to you, or something that is really important to you, or someone that you feel is hurting the world, someone that you feel is doing damage, or there's cruelty in someone, when you see that in someone, it is really hard to be the light. And that is the most important time to be the light. That is the most important time to be the light. When you can look at anybody in this world who is hurting somebody else or you, and still feel love towards them, still see their light inside. That's the true meaning of namaste. I see God in you. I see the beauty of the divinity in you. I see you as the divine. It's easy to see the divine in someone who is loving and someone who is being the light. But to see the divine in someone who is acting out in a way that is hurtful or harmful, that is where it gets harder. So let's go into some quiet time so that you can really experience this. I want you to experience being the light right now. So put your feet on the floor, sit up as comfortably as you can. I'm going to get it back to my seat and get really comfortable. Feet on the floor, sitting up straight. And if you like, you can close your eyes. The first thing I want you to do is just listen very intently for the furthest sound away that you can hear. Listen for the furthest sound away that you can hear. And now listen for the closest sound that you can hear. And if you haven't heard the sound of your own breathing yet, listen for that now. Now take just a couple of deeper breaths than usual. And as you breathe in, notice the rise and fall of your chest or belly as you're breathing in and out. Just feeling that air coming into the body and out of the body. Noticing the gentle rise and fall of your chest or stomach. And now noticing the temperature of air as it goes in your nostrils and the temperature of air as it goes out your nostrils as you breathe in and out. And now I want you to imagine a time in your life when you were the most light you've ever been, where you were your lightest, brightest self, where you were being joy and love and forgiveness and peace, where you were being really, really light, and you could see your light shining out of you, radiating out of you. Maybe you were a young child, maybe it was today or yesterday, Whenever it was, picture a moment when you were being your brightest light. Find a scene in your mind where you can see yourself being the light. You might be dancing, you might be singing, you might be running, you might be walking, you might be just sitting. You might be nursing a young baby. When were you being the light? And find where you can feel that in your body. So where can you see the light inside you? Is it your third eye? Is it your heart? Is it your tummy? Is it your feet? Is it your eyes? Where are you being the light? Could be anywhere in your body. It could be every single cell in your body pulsating with light, or it might be one tiny spot in your body where you can see light. You find that place where you are light. And now amplify that light out, radiate that out into every single cell of your body. Feel your whole body filling up with light, filling up with so much light. The brightest light you can find, any color that you like. It could be white, yellow, any color of the rainbow. Fill your body with light. It could be every color of the rainbow. Fill your body with so much light until it starts spilling out of your body, emanating out of your body, radiating out of your body. Send your light right out of your body so that you become this walking, breathing light, a beam of light beaming out into the world. And notice how contagious it is. Notice as you're beaming your light out, how it reaches out and touches other people and how they become transformed by your light. Notice changes in people as you walk around with this light radiating out from you. Beam it out further. Radiate your light out further and further out into the whole city that you live in, the whole country that you live in, and further out into the rest of the world, beaming your light, radiating your light out, and then shooting it out into the universe as if it becomes the light of 1,000 stars, if it becomes one of the fractals of light in the sun, as if it becomes the light reflected in the moon. Send your light out. Notice how powerful your light is. How much light you can radiate out, and radiate further out of the Milky Way, out of all of the galaxies, out further until you reach not a dark place, but a light place, the lightest place you can see, where you emerge and merge with the light of God. And notice that your light is the light of God. You are a fractal, a small offshoot, a beam of God's light. You are part of the mind of God. You are part of the heart of God. This light is the light that God placed inside you. This light is the light that God wants you to be, sees you as, wants you to remember that you are. This is the light that you can carry with you everywhere at any time, in any situation. And so bring in more of God's light. Bring more of God's light into you. Bring it now back, 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 through all the galaxies, through all the countries, back into your room that you're in right now, back into your body, bringing as much light as you can. So filling up those cells even more, radiating even more, vibrating with the light, vibrating out with so much light. And now picture someone in front of you. That's someone who has hurt you, or has hurt someone you loved, or something you loved. Picture that person in front of you right now as you are radiating this light, and notice their light. See their light. Be aware of the light they have in them. This is the way God sees us, as light beings. Notice the light in that person. Notice that thing that they did or said or didn't do is not part of their light. Yet they have light. They are being light. Maybe not in the way you wanted in that particular moment, but notice that they are light just as you are, and that we are all part of this same light. We all have different fractals, different beams, different little portions of light. We all come in as light beings. Maybe our light looks slightly different to someone else's because we are unique and born as ourselves, and as are they. But notice that we are all one, and we are all part of this light. And now that you can see that light, now are you able to extend forgiveness, extend love, even feel joy for this person. Pouring your light and love and forgiveness, noticing that there is really nothing to forgive, that we all make mistakes, we all do and don't do things that may feel off for other people. Letting go now of any resentment, any last little bit of resentment that you might have felt for this person. Letting go of every last trace of resentment that you once felt for this person. Letting it all go now, letting it go. Let go, let go, let go. Let go and forgive. Knowing that we are all one, that we are all light, and that we came to be the light. Take a deep breath in and out, letting it all go. Breathing in their love, their light. Breathing out your love and your light. And now we're going to celebrate what we just did. Let's celebrate this moment. Let's celebrate this moment where you have let go of a resentment that has been sitting there possibly for years, possibly since yesterday, who knows. But let's let go of this resentment fully, fully, fully by celebrating that we just did it. Think to yourself how fantastic, how beautiful, how wonderful you are to have done such a thing, to be able to let this go, and how it's freed you, and how it's freed them, how it's broken that cord between you, that cord that felt uncomfortable between you, and how it shifted the relationship into a totally different phase where you are just seeing each other as you are, the full you, the light you, the God like you, the divine. Namaste. Seeing the divine in that person, seeing the divine in you, and celebrating that you just did that. You can celebrate quietly at first, just quietly, just thinking, oh, I'm so happy I did that. And then start getting louder as if you've just won a trip to your favorite island resort or wherever it is that you want to go, and you just celebrate yourself and this relationship, and make it feel as silly as you like. I can't see you, I can't hear you. Celebrate, whoop with excitement. Yeehaw! Woo! Yes, you did it. Make it feel real, as if you've just won $1,000,000, as if your team has just won the final, as if you've just won an Olympic medal. Just celebrate. This is the best, brightest, biggest moment of your life, because you have just fully stepped into your light, your pure light, your love, your joy, who you were born to be. You have become the light you came to be. Celebrate it. Celebrate it quietly, celebrate it loudly, celebrate it any way that's going to really anchor it in, knowing that this has changed your life forever, and that resentment is gone forever. You never need to hold that and carry that with you ever again. Let it all go. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. And coming back to the breath and just noticing the air going in and out of the nostrils, gentle rise and fall of your chest or belly, and slowly coming back into the room. And let me know, do you feel different? Do you feel lighter? Do you feel brighter? Do you feel like you can shine your light brighter than you ever have before? I hope so. Namaste. Thank you so much for being with me today for this experience. I hope you're going to leave some comments below and like and subscribe to my channel. And I wish you all the best as you are being the light you came to be. Thank you. Namaste.